Did you know about the American who became a Hindu priest and Indian freedom fighter? He transformed Himachal Pradesh into India's apple heartland. Mahatma Gandhi praised him, saying, "No Indian is giving such a battle to the government." Samuel was the only American to sign the 1921 Congress Manifesto. He became close friends with Lala Lajpat Rai ji, the great nationalist leader. Hi guys, welcome to the Did You Know series of the Immortal India podcast, where we uncover the untold stories that shaped our world. Today, we journey to the early 20th century, to the foothills of the Himalayas, to meet a most unlikely Indian freedom fighter, Samuel Evans Stokes. Samuel Evans Stokes was born in 1882 in Philadelphia, USA, into a wealthy Quaker family. How did he become an Indian freedom fighter? Find out. He was raised amidst privilege. Samuel was expected to inherit the family business. But young Samuel was restless. He longed for purpose, not profit. At 22, Samuel made a decision that shocked his family. He sailed to India, not as a tourist or a trader, but as a Christian missionary. He was inspired by Dr. Marcus Carlton, who ran a leprosy home in the Himalayan foothills. Samuel wanted to serve, to help those shunned by society. Arriving in India in 1904, Samuel threw himself into work among leprosy patients in Sabathu near Shimla. But as months passed, he was troubled by what he saw. The gap between what the missionaries preached and what they practiced was glaring. Those so-called white sahibs lived apart, aloof from the very people they claimed to serve. Samuel realized he could never truly connect with the villagers as long as he wore Western clothes and clung to foreign customs. He began wearing local attire, learned the Pahadi dialect, and lived simply among the villagers. Yet the hypocrisy he witnessed among his fellow missionaries gnawed at him, unraveling his faith in the church. Samuel's journey took a dramatic turn in 1912 when he married Agnes, a local Indian woman who he had earlier baptized. Their union was rare and radical for its time because intermingling wasn't allowed in those days or were frowned upon in those days. Together, the couple made their home in Kotgarh, a remote Himalayan village. It was here that Samuel, now deeply embedded in Indian life, would make his next leap. He introduced the American red delicious apple to the hills of Himachal Pradesh in 1916. Those of you who enjoy Himachali apples today, you need to thank Samuel. This single act transformed the region's economy, earning him the nickname Johnny Appleseed of the Himalayas. As Samuel immersed himself in Indian life, he was drawn to its spiritual traditions. Disillusioned by his own faith, he began studying Hindu texts, the Vedas, the Upanishads, the Bhagavad Gita. He learned Sanskrit, seeking answers that Christianity, as he saw it, could not provide to him. In 1932, Samuel formally converted to Hinduism, adopting the name Satyananda. His wife Agnes became Priya Devi. The local Christian community was shocked, but for Samuel, it was a homecoming of the soul. He built an Arya Samaj temple in his home, inscribing pillars with verses from the Gita and the Upanishads. Samuel's transformation was not just spiritual. The brutality of the Jallianwala Bagh massacre in 1919 shook him deeply. He became close friends with Lala Lajpat Rai ji, the great nationalist leader, and together they represented Punjab in the Indian National Congress. Samuel was the only American to sign the 1921 Congress Manifesto, calling for Indians to quit the government service, the then British Raj government service. He donned khadi, joined Mahatma Gandhi's non-cooperation movement, and was imprisoned by the British for sedition, the only American ever jailed for India's freedom. Even in jail, Samuel protested against the preferential treatment that he received as a white Westerner, insisting on being treated as an Indian. Mahatma Gandhi praised him, saying, "No Indian is giving such a battle to the government as Mr. Samuel Evans Stokes Jr. He has veritably become the guide, philosopher, and friend of the hillmen." Samuel Evans Stokes, Satyananda, died in 1946, just a single year before India's independence. He never saw the free India that he fought for, but his legacy endures. He transformed Himachal Pradesh into India's apple heartland. He championed the abolition of forced labor, the Begar system that was there in the hills. He bridged the East and the West, not just in faith, but in life and action. So, did you know about the American who became a Hindu priest and Indian freedom fighter? Samuel Evans Stokes reminds us that the call of conscience knows no borders. His life is proof that sometimes to find yourself, you must lose yourself in the service of others. Thank you for joining me on this episode of the Did You Know series. Until next time, keep seeking, keep questioning. And of course, if you like this episode, hit like and subscribe below so that you may be notified when the next episode launches. Namaste, Jai Hind.